That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him. I hope this year finds you healthy in both body and mind and gives you plenty of time in the shop. Today's woodworking project is another quick and easy build, a better build. We'll move the wood a little here, a little there, break the lines up and create some depth and dimension, all while keeping the quick and easy tag. And I have a small artistic touch at the end I need your thoughts on. You can do this, we can do this, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I have 30 years of ideas bursting to get out of me, and finally some time in the shop to do them, so let's not wait anymore. Today's build is pine, probably about $5. I'm thinking of a couple pieces of 1x5 and 1x6. Now, you can buy the lumber and meet me back here at the bench top in 2 and 2, or like me, make a love connection and scrounge it out of nothing, Bob the Builder style, rebuild, reuse, recycle. And I think this old blue board is perfect. Give me 1 minute to mill it up. So what level of scrap wood are you at? Paint planed away, we rip her to width at the table saw. And let's just say it, there is nothing like the smell of fresh cut wood. Now, I have my 1x5 and my 1x6? No. Not sure what I was thinking there. This is a solid 6.5 inches instead of 5.5. I think this is what Bob Ross would call a happy little accident, though. I like it this wide. I'm going to keep it. Now the 1x5. This piece will be the heart of the build. It's the front. I originally wanted a nice 16-inch piece of clear span with no knots, but I ain't getting it. So seeing that big old knot, I think we'll work that into the look of the piece. Maybe just offset it a touch. I also need 2 pieces roughly 5 inches. So we'll use these 2 little scraps I pulled aside from earlier, pop the nail out, cut and rip her down to size. One last check for the cut lines, and we roll out to the miter saw and unleash scar on it. It's funny, when I nicked the sliding fence during my review of the saw, I was so embarrassed. I almost edited it out. I almost edited it. I almost edited it. I almost edited it. I almost edited it. I almost edited around it. But I swear, like everyone I know who owns a DeWalt equivalent to this saw has already done the same thing. I'm thinking this sliding fence isn't the best invention ever. 2 pieces at 16 inches. Be careful to make sure there are no knots on the actual ends of the boards though. We'll be pre-drilling some screw holes there and we don't want to risk any splits. Commitment time. I have to finalize the layout and dimensions. I've said it before. I build by look, I build by feel, adjusting on the fly. This wider board is the bottom. I could just cut it to fit on the inside of the box, but I need the full 4.5 inches depth for function. So I thought I would make the bottom separate, breaking up the lines of the total piece so it doesn't look so tall. It should work well if we give it a slight reveal around the edges. Just how much though? 1/8 of an inch? A quarter? I like that. I really like the wider board for the base here, but I'm recycling an old tongue and groove, using what I got, so I'll just glue the old tongue that we ripped off earlier right into the groove. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not selling it. No one sees it. No issues for me. We quickly hit the pieces up with the benchtop sander, and orbital will work just as well. That's perfect. And here we are, a box. But not just a box with a bottom. Let's see what else we can do to make this a little more. I would like to add some legs underneath it. It should let the air circulate better, plus break up the lines a little bit further, making the box look more intentional, like a piece of furniture or a design versus just a box in a window. I cut some 3/4 inch stock to width, and just long enough to match the 1/4 inch reveal. Now, here's the only thing with this build that might be a little hard depending upon the tools you have. You don't need to do the step. If you can, I think it will be worth the 5 minutes. We can use a coping saw, a scroll saw, or a chisel. Me, I just sand it. A nice little curve out of the middle to give the legs feet. This is not just decorative though, it creates stability as well. A flat box needs a flat spot to sit. But with 4 tiny feet, it can sit on less level ground. No wobble. Okay, I think we're good for the glue up now. The best advice I can give: preparation. Lay it out first, know your steps before you spread the glue. I mark out my screw holes. I go in 3/4 of an inch. This should allow the sides to pop in a little bit, giving us another 1/2 inch reveal on the sides. You can just glue and nail if you want. I'm going to countersink the screws and fill them with dowels. Tight bond 3 and screw. Some more glue, tap the dowels in and flush cut. If you don't have a dowel, use the handle of a foam brush. I always save mine when I'm done. Perfect size for screw holes. For the final sanding, I use the orbital here. Easier to get into the corners where the glue marks lie. 120, 150, 220, wiping off between the grits. I also give the edges a slight round over. Nothing too severe and nothing too symmetrical. I want a worn, hand-done look here. Now, I had this strange thing going on here. One of my dowels came out dark, even though they all came from the same dowel. Go figure. I don't get it, but I kind of like it. It plays a little with the knot. Another happy little accident, maybe? Or should I pop it out and redo it? Or stain all the others? Let me know in the comments which way you would go. I drilled a couple holes in the sides and thread some jute through for handles. That will probably never be used. And that's okay, really. The dangling rope breaks the straight lines of the sides and adds a little warmth to the piece. I think it all plays together nicely. And here we are. Design collides with function. I'm going to apply a food-grade beeswax finish, maybe a little darker one on the outside. I want to go here. A simple vine with leaves burnt into the wood, with nothing more than my summer camp wood burning / soldering kit. I think it'll play with and balance off the big knot. Maybe even burn the dowel ends to match. What do you think? So I skipped the drainage holes. Instead, I'm going to line my bottom with 3/4 inch of gravel and put these little strands of jute into the rocks and stretch them into the soil. They'll act as wicks, drawing any excess water up from the bottom that might pool. No, it won't last forever, but it's not intended to. 3, maybe 4 years, and I'm good with that. The 4.5 inches of soil should be perfect depth for herbs, allowing sufficient growth, but designed to be cut a couple times a week. So, I hope I inspired you to get out to the shop and build something. Take that easier build and maybe twist and tweak it a bit to make it your own. As always, thank you for watching and choosing to spend 15 minutes building with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Until the next time.